Sneak dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
MRecktv.
Peace. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. Salute to the Rec Mob. We here. Okay? We here. Run it up. We live on YouTube, Facebook. I don't know what happened with Twitch. I got to work that out, but we live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Run the likes up on those platforms. All right? Nevertheless, we got breaking news. Oprah Winfrey has been subpoenaed in court to testify against Russell Simmons. And let's get into it, man. I'm gonna run a news clip, and then I'm gonna read into all the details. Salute to the Rec Mob. Run it up. Let's get to it. All right. We ain't gonna waste no time. We getting right to it. Salute.
Oprah Winfrey unequivocally believes Russell Simmons' accusers. Why is she being subpoenaed in case? The subpoena is connected to Drew Dixon's defamation suit against the Def Jam co-founder by Liam Quinn. Lawyers for a woman who has accused Russell Simmons of subpoenaed Oprah Winfrey in connection with the defamation lawsuit filed by the woman against Simmons in New York State Supreme Court. Drew Dixon previously accused her former boss Simmons, the hip-hop mogul who co-founded Def Jam Recordings, of sexually assaulting her at his New York City apartment in 1995. No criminal charges have been filed against Simmons in connection with the accusations. In February, Dixon filed a lawsuit against Simmons, which was obtained by People, claiming that he defamed her in a 2023 interview with media personality Graham Bensinger. In the interview, Simmons, who has been accused by multiple women of sexual misconduct, denied wrongdoing and said he had never been forceful in any relationship. He speculated that anyone accusing him could be motivated by the market where people thirst for fame. When speaking with Bensinger, Simmons referenced Winfrey's decision to pull out of her role as executive producer of On the Record, a 2020 documentary covering the allegations against Simmons. 18 women accuse music producer Russell Simmons of sexual misconduct, everything they've said. The mogul suggested that Winfrey stepped away from the film because the stories don't add up. In a statement following her decision to step away from the documentary, Winfrey asserted that she believed the accusers. First and foremost, I want it to be known that I unequivocally believe and support the women, Winfrey said. Their stories deserve to be told and heard. In my opinion, there is more work to be done on the film to illuminate the full scope of what the victims endured, and it has become clear that the filmmakers and I are not aligned in that creative vision. Oprah Winfrey unequivocally believes Russell Simmons' accusers. Why is she being subpoenaed in case? The subpoena is connected to Drew Dixon's defamation suit against the Def Jam co-founder by Liam Quinn. Lawyers for a woman who has accused Russell Simmons of subpoenaed.
All right, so yeah, that was the first news story on the whole Oprah testifying against Russell Simmons for, the obvious, okay, for the unthinkable. I'm gonna take some calls, but I'm gonna read the news story because this one goes very in depth into all the charges and everything. But I want to say this, man. Right before I get into this news story, when you really think about these figures, like Russell Simmons, he's a mogul, one of the Def Jam founders, if not the Def Jam founder. Also, founder of Fat Farm, the fashion line. I believe he sold that. He sold Def Jam, Def Comedy Jam. I could just go on and on about all the brands he founded and started that's iconic, whether he still own them or I'm pretty sure he's still like operator in chief of them or but it's crazy because when you think about let me get this on the screen. I'm gonna go to the story, but I just wanted to add my commentary. When you think about these figures, you know, even Oprah herself, right? She's been on a low, but her name just keep coming up in the mix of all these crazy allegations or having some type of, you know, affiliation with the people that's caught up in the mix. You know, um, know how that go. Birds of a feather flock together. You know, all the sayings. Run the lights up. We live on YouTube. We live on Facebook. Call me up 310-598-2974. I'm just building with y'all, giving y'all what's latest on the news, what's latest on the landscape. Yeah, she stay in those circles. I mean, we could name the names. You know, her name been in the loop with, of course, Weinstein, Epstein, Russell Simmons. You know, I don't know if she was at those Diddy parties or whatever. But yeah, man, it's interesting to see how she's always in the mix. You know what I mean? And this is the thing with her being subpoenaed to go testify in court. You know, she don't want to see those courts. You know what I mean? Because you know what happens. You know what I mean? She's up next. So I think Oprah and her legal team is going to try to dodge this some kind of way. Some kind of way. But nevertheless, let me get into the story. But she got to know, oh yeah, they coming. Her time is coming. She been on the clock like the earth say, salute to the earth. But man, spooky. It's spooky right now for Oprah. You know, yeah, let's get into it. Hold on 1 second, man. I don't know why people calling my phone while I'm live. Nevertheless, salute to Keisha in the room. I'm gonna get back to me saluting my MRecktv people in the room because I was doing that early in my lives and everybody took that and ran with it. I used to just open up my lives saluting all the people in the chat room, you know, but everybody just took it and ran with it. You know what I mean? So I switched things up, but I'm gonna go back to it just because, you know, I love rocking with y'all, the MRecktv. You know what I mean? Salute to Trevor. I see you. Eric, salute. Sticky, finger, salute. PJ Allen, salute. Clarence, salute. Mellow, salute. Sincere, salute. Peach, salute. Jose, salute. Run the likes up. Keisha, salute. Miss J, salute. I want to just salute everybody. Morning, everybody. Gina Rose, salute. You know what I mean? So let me get to the story. Salute to the MRecktv. Call me up too. And let me know your thoughts on this whole Oprah situation. 310-598-2974. I got this other news story. Shouts to the source. This one goes in depth. So it reads, Oprah Winfrey subpoenaed in Drew Dixon's defamation case against Russell Simmons. 5 years after media mogul Oprah Winfrey's high-profile exit from the Me Too documentary on the record, the fallout from the project continues to reverberate, this time in court. Former Def Jam executive Drew Dixon, one of the several women who accused Def Jam co-founder Russell Simmons of sexual assault, has now subpoenaed Winfrey in her ongoing defamation lawsuit against Simmons. According to page 6, Dixon's legal team has formally demanded that Winfrey provide testimony and turn over documents related to her brief involvement with the controversial documentary, which spotlighted the stories of women who say they was victimized by the hip hop mogul. Background on the allegations and the lawsuit. In 2017, Dixon went public in a New York Times article accusing Simmons of raping her in his apartment in 1995. Her account became central on the record to the 2020 documentary that chronicled multiple women's allegations of sexual misconduct against Simmons. However, Winfrey, who was initially attached as a executive producer, withdrew from the project weeks before the Sundance debut, citing creative differences with the filmmakers. So basically, right before, I guess, the doc was going to come out, Oprah, she withdrew out the project, and she and her team made the excuse of, oh, I'm falling back due to creative differences, which we know that's not the truth. I mean, it's hot right now. That's why she withdrew. Run the lights up. I'm gonna continue on. It's smoking. You know, anybody that's being put in that hot seat, we see how these celebrities they go running. You know, they go from, you see them everywhere together. You see them at the parties. You see them at all these events. You see them at the award shows and all that. But as soon as those cases start running up, they getting the win. Where I was at? Hold on, let me see. Fast forward to 2024, Dixon filed a defamation lawsuit against Simmons over comments he made during a 2020 interview with journalist Graham Bensinger. In that sit down, Simmons did not name Dixon directly, but cast doubt on his accusers' credibility, stating, could someone want notoriety in a market where people thirst for fame? He also insisted, I've never been forceful in any of my relationships, and that all encounters were consensual. Dixon lawsuit claims these statements and others Simmons made referencing Winfrey's withdrawal damaged her reputation and suggested she was dishonest in her allegations. Wow. So Dixon and her legal team, they not even trying to hear the reason why Oprah withdraw from the documentary with Russell. They know it's bullshit pretty much. They like, nah, that's not why she fell back from the doc. She fell back from the doc because of all these allegations. But nevertheless, let me continue on. Oprah's role comes into focus. Now with the subpoena filed, Oprah's being asked to produce records and potentially testify about her involvement with the documentary and any communications she had regarding Dixon's allegations. A copy of the subpoena, reviewed by Page 6, demands Winfrey provide books, records, papers, data, documents, evidence, writings, and all other tangible things related to the case by March 18, 2025. That was like 7 days ago, 8 days ago. Additionally, the subpoena calls for Winfrey to appear and attend before a notary public or other person authorized by law to administer oaths, testify in a disposition. It is currently unclear whether Winfrey plans to comply with the subpoena or if her legal team would challenge it. Something I just said. And I think they're going to challenge this subpoena. But anyhow, the documents requested, detailed in a Schedule A attachment, not made public, could potentially include internal emails, phone transcripts, notes from interviews with accusers, and other materials that might shed light on the behind the scenes process of the documentary's production and her decision to lead the project. The case raises questions not only about the boundaries of public commentary, but also about the responsibility of public figures like Winfrey, who made into sensitive territory, then walked away. It also highlights the ongoing legal and cultural consequences of the Me Too movement, particularly in the music industry, where several high-profile men have faced public accusations and legal fallout. Simmons has constantly denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. Dixon, meanwhile, remains a vocal advocate for survivors and a central figure in one of the most prominent cases to emerge from the Me Too era in hip hop. As the legal process unfolds, all eyes will be on whether Oprah Winfrey takes the stand and what, if any, if her record is revealed. So that's, yeah, man. Let me see what you're talking about in the chat room. Run the likes up. Salute. We got a quick 472 people in the building. What y'all talking about, man? Y'all feel like Oprah's telling the truth? You feel like she stepped away from the documentary that Russell Simmons was producing due to creative differences, or y'all feel like she stepped away from it due to the fact that it got hot and she know that her name keep coming up in the mix and she knows it's a matter of time before she's in that hot seat? You know, let me see what y'all talking about. Salute to the Rec Mob. Lord in the building. Salute. Let me see what you're talking about. Yeah, run the likes up, man. 200 likes. Come on, man. We gotta do better than that. Let me see. Shouts to Gina Rose. She definitely wanted to distance herself. Now that's a fact. Shouts to songs by Alicia. Salute. Now it got hot in that kitchen. You know, but this is the thing, right? It's like, you know how a lot of people before years ago used to say, oh, it's all conspiracy theories. Oh, everything that's coming up about Oprah is false. It's fake news. But at this point, you know, I know they changed that narrative because that used to be the narrative. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we know what time it is. We've been on this type of time over here at MRecktv. Salute to the earth. But it's crazy, man. Now the block is on fire. Shouts to Queen. Give me 1 second, man. Let me text this person back and let them know I'm live. Everybody keep calling me while I'm live, but it's hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got y'all. Tap into the lines is open too. Let me know what y'all think, man, because I wanted to definitely break the ice on this, man, because we keep seeing Oprah caught up in the mix. It's like one name that always come up in the mix is Oprah. Somehow, some way. You know, I don't care if it's Weinstein. I don't care if it's Epstein. I don't care if it's Russell Simmons. Like I said, I don't know if she was on those Diddy tapes and those Diddy parties. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. Because she's hold on. Matter of fact, let's just put in the search. Oprah Diddy parties. Let's just do that, right? Diddy parties. I'm pretty sure she's in that mix too. Okay. See, I'm seeing stuff on Facebook coming up. The dark truth behind Oprah and Diddy's relationship. I should click on that. Let me see what comes up. But then again, I don't want to go into that realm because it be having music and all that. And I don't want to get hit with no copyright strikes. Run the lights up. And then, yeah, facts. Think about all the people that she stand next to. Fact. Somebody brought it up. I was gonna bring it up. The spiritual lady, the spiritual cooker. What's the dude? Top of the noon. Top of the noon, y'all. Shouts to Panther Jones. You got the spiritual cooker. Damn, what's the other dude that he went down too for some spooky shit too? Let me get let me just put it into Google. Oprah's something arrested. Hold on, let me see what comes up. I got y'all. Give me a second. What was he? He was something to Oprah and he got arrested. Yeah, that's the dude. John of God. Yeah, that's a fact. Salute, Wacko. Wacko Smack. Salute. Facts. Yeah, I believe that's his name. Yep. I'm about to pull that up too, because we can't forget. See, that's what I'm saying. So when stuff like this, surface, we got to go to the origin of where it all come from, because this ain't stuff that just started coming out of nowhere. You know what I mean? John the Preacher, or yeah, that's him. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't even know. Is the lines open? Let me see. If people trying to call, let me see. 1 second. I think they open, but then again, I'm on this app. This app be wilding. Let me know if you try to call and you couldn't get through, because I know a lot of people be saying that sometimes. I gotta switch this app. Okay, we good. Mute your audio.
Oh yeah, the lines wasn't open at first.
Okay, it wasn't open?
I was just testing it, yes, to see when I heard you say that if the lines are open. It wasn't open all along. That's why you wasn't getting no call.
Wow, I appreciate that, Mike. Now they coming through. The calls is coming through. I knew something was wrong.
They're coming through now. Right?
Thank you, bro. I see them coming through. All right, salute.
No problem.
Peace.
Hey, peace, M.Reck, peace. My name is Natasha. I'm calling from Washington, and I just want to say that I'm dissatisfied and uncomfortable with all of these people involved. I feel like it's kids first, represent the babies. We can all be blinded by the light, right, and all this stuff, but let's be honest. Like, if anybody was willing to take the time, even just, I wouldn't even say a whole work day, you take an hour to really do your due diligence, you'll never be disappointed. You will always be able to trace a lot of things back.
Correct.
To things that are unthinkable, actually. So, yeah, I think when it comes to Oprah and Russell Simmons, I'm just like, that's just part of the process.
Definitely.
In that industry.
Definitely. I appreciate you calling. Is this your first time tapping into the platform?
No, I've called a couple of times.
Oh, you did? Okay. Now I appreciate it. So now let me ask you this, because I'm curious, man. The fact that her name keeps coming up in the mix, like,
that's a dub. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's all good. It's all good. The fact that her name keeps coming up in the mix, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's affecting her business at this point. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure.
But what was her business? What was her actual business? Now we can look at it as it was journalism and telecommunications and all this. I don't think that's her business. I think her business is a lot deeper and a lot more sinister. And I think when people realize that a lot of people who are household names, it should be an indication of you wanting to dig deeper into who that person really is. Because usually if it's a household name, who wants us to have that as a household name?
Correct.
And why? So.
Correct. Good assessment. And I appreciate you calling. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day. Thank you. Peace. Now the lines is getting on fire, y'all. So you know how we got to do this. Peace. Peace.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, M.Reck?
What's going on, family? Hold on one second. Salute to the Rec Mob. We here. Run the lights up. Something was going on with the lines. I know a lot of people try to call. So if you try to call and you didn't get through, now's the time to call. I don't know what's going on with the app, but the lines is open now. And as the lines start to heat up, you know we're gonna have to go to the 20 seconds or less. But right now, it's still calm. And y'all can hit me up 310-598-2974. So caller, state your name, where you calling from.
Hey, what's up? This JJ from Sacramento.
JJ, what's happening, good brother?
What's happening, M.Reck? Man, I appreciate your channel, man. Hey, so this what I want to say, man. We see all this stuff that's going on with all these celebrities, man, and so this is eye-opening for us who got kids, man, and we're raising our own kids. Mm-hmm. So apart from Oprah, we see what's going on with Russell Simmons and all that. So when we see, I grew up in the age of what we womanizing was everything. Mm. So when you practicing that, you leaving yourself open for these allegations to come forth, though. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all these celebrities, you know what I mean? They take advantage, right? But when anybody, this is just opening for our kids. When anybody is practicing, I spent all my young life, man, womanizing. You leave yourself open for people to bring false accusations against you, man. You know what I mean? So we come up, and that's the culture, man. Mm-hmm. I'm from the West Coast, man. Culture out here, it's all about that ism. You know what I mean? It's all about womanizing. And so you leave yourself open for these allegations, man. You know what I mean? Now we know, as far as Oprah, man, come on. We already know she part of the sisterhood, the boule. You know what I mean? So this is only the tip of the iceberg and what she's into. This ain't nothing compared to what she's involved in. She's involved in a committee of billionaires to keep the population low. That says a lot right there in the song. So, you know, we need to look at these things and we need to teach our kids better, man, because we don't want to carry on. Because whatever you do, things gonna come back to you, man. You know what I mean? Wow. And even if you ain't out there forcing yourself on women, if you out here womanizing and doing all that, and you got money, man, you open for allegations, regardless. You know what I mean? So I just thought I would say that and just throw some insight in there, man. We know what all these celebrities, all these billionaires is into, man. It ain't nothing good, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just thought I would throw that out there, man. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, good brother. Great assessment.
All right, right on.
Peace. Man, I'm loving the calls, man. Let's keep it coming. Keep that energy coming, man. I'm loving the assessments. The lines is open if you try to call, because people are telling me they couldn't get through. Now the lines is open. Call me up 310-598-2974. Peace.
What's going on, Ray?
What's going on, family? Salute. Run the likes up, y'all. We live on YouTube and Facebook, and I believe Twitch. I don't know. There's so much going on with these apps. I don't know what's what these days. But state your name, where you calling from, good brother.
You know, it's Regis World ENT.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, King.
I just want to say real quick, I'm about to walk into work. I just want to say, everybody likes to say Cat Williams is this just, he knew everything. But we really need to give credit to you and the earth. Y'all been busting down these type of stories for almost 6 years. Every live. I was back in those lives.
Thank you.
Every night. The blackout shows. When Earth was really telling everybody about the cryptocurrency, the American dollar, the wars that were coming, Epstein going down. And everybody called us what? Crazy, y'all wackos, get a life. Everybody was in the chat room calling us weirdos and wackos. And now look who's in the chat room now. Them same people that was calling us weirdos and wackos, now who's the fucking, sorry, Reg, I got you. Now who's the wacko now? Facts. And everybody want to act like, oh, I been new. No, you didn't. Shut up. Because y'all called us crazy for speaking about this. Oh, y'all know what y'all talking about. Oprah is the child look.
Yep. That's what I was saying earlier.
Shout out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so definitely shout out to you and Amina. Y'all was the first ones to put the channel on the line for reputation. He could have tracked down y'all channel.
See, you get it. All that. You get it, bro. People don't even know how deep it is when you put this information out, especially when you put it out during that time. because they was zapping
that
channels
time was wild.
left and right. They was getting channels out of here left and right.
Yeah, YouTube was playing real nasty, real nasty, especially with your numbers.
Oh man, till this day.
Now look at your numbers now, though, Reck. It ain't even, you know what? Screw the numbers. Look at the influence and just look at the people you got. Like, and you're not even trying to be this big old I know everybody person. You letting other people talk.
Yeah.
You're not even saying nothing barely.
Yeah. You know,
that's real power.
There you go. I just try to be the man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Give people a voice, give people a shot. You know what I mean? I just want to see everybody win. So, love is love, my brother. Definitely. I love that assessment, man. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, bro. Appreciate you too, King. Thank you.
Peace, King. Let's get it. The lines is open. I know y'all been calling. I'm here, man, because I haven't been going live. Content been like trash, but I seen stuff last night, and yeah, I'm here though. Nevertheless, if I don't go live, I'm always working. I'm always browsing. You know, I don't cover every and anything. Some shit is just doesn't even deserve my attention. Some shit not even worth it. You know, see, this is my thing too, right? Let's do this. I'm gonna put Russell Simmons' name in the search, right? And because I'm gonna do research with y'all, and I want to know how long he's been living in Bali. I believe it's like 8 years or so. I put Wilson. Hold on, it's Simmons. My bad. What's going on? Oh, damn it. Hold on. Damn. Okay. The computer got wild. So pardon self. It put me on. I'm on Chrome, right? So I'm typing in the search. It just everything that because I thought the StreamYard had closed out and all that. So I'm like, damn, I just lost the whole live. But nevertheless, I'm back, y'all. Pardon self. These apps is going crazy. That's another thing. These apps is not really holding up no more. I don't know if y'all been having issues with these software apps, but for me, I've been having a lot of different issues. Even this damn app where people gotta call me, I'm having a lot of issues. But I know they about to shut down too. Skype about to shut down. Like I want to say less than a month or a month's time. Shouts to Reezy World on the super chat. I appreciate you. And he just called up too. Dope assessment. I update my software all the time. But you know what? You're right. I'm gonna update it once again. Sometimes you just gotta go through that process of updating all your apps. So I'm gonna do that maybe later today. I'm gonna do this live, and then throughout the day, I'm gonna just take time to update the apps. But nevertheless, for people just now coming in the room, they want to know what's going on. I'm gonna run back the story. I gotta probably reread these articles, and yeah, let's get it. But let me get back to these missed calls too. My bad. I do see some missed calls. Let me see. I got you. Who's this right here? Yeah, 202-689 calling you now. Let's get it. YouTube on the clock too, I heard. Peace.
Hello?
Mute your audio, please.
Who? Oh, yes.
You call MRecktv, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so state your name. Where you calling from?
DC from DC.
DC from DC. All right, salute. I like that. What's happening, DC?
Ain't nothing. Just to piggyback off the young lady that called earlier about how do certain people get into our TV screens.
Okay.
There's always, I'm just going to say it, there's always a slave and a master, and nothing has changed. So there's always our people that want to impress other people, so they're going to do anything, sell their soul, and then when it hit the fan, they're going to get thrown under the bus. They're going to get thrown under the bus. So that's what's happening right now. So a lot of these guys is out here doing, and the females that's doing the talk shows or whatever, they're getting thrown under the bus now because slave master, the ones that's really in charge, is really, really in charge. they're not gonna get into trouble. They're gonna put you in trouble. They're gonna put you in the position so when it hit the fan, you gonna take the fall. You know, we gonna take the fall, our people. You know, and that's what's happening right now, all over Hollywood. All these people that's thinking they're big time and doing this and that and the other, looking down their nose at you. Now they're getting called on because they're not needed no more, and their money's getting taken from them. We gave you this money, now we want it back. You know, whether you giving it to us in lawyer fees or whatever, we can take our money back. So when you don't look out for your community, when you get too big and don't look out for your community, you know, your community won't look out for you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So that's why I always salute the Rec Mob, you know what I mean? That's in the chat room and just the callers and just people in general that support me, man. It's the people. It's all about the people.
Sir.
You know, so great assessment.
You doing your thing, bro. You doing your thing, Rec Mob.
Thank you, good brother. Salute, Ken.
Yes, sir.
DC, my man.
You too. Yes, sir.
Peace. Let's get it, y'all. Man, I'm loving how this live feel, man. Sometimes I be needing to go live just to be live. You know what I mean? Even though I'm live, sometimes I need to go live just to feel live. You know what I mean? I like to be live with the people. Salute to the Rec Mob. Peace. Caller, state your name. Where you calling from?
Yo, it's goody. The Shotty calling from out of Harlem.
Shotty out of Harlem. What's happening, good brother?
Yeah, I want to push back on everything a little bit right now because I know people want to be calling in and talking about Black wealth and saying how Black wealth, only reason why Black people got in that type of position is because they had to sell their soul and a whole bunch of
Okay, let's get it.
All right. So this country was not didn't pop up out of nowhere. It was built off Black labor and you know, stuff like that. And I want to know why people don't push back on the people that sacrifice people to build this country. Like why are our people pointing the finger at our people like it's our fault? If you get where I'm coming from. Got you. Continue to build. I'm listening. We listening. That's all you wanted to say? So yes. No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more, but I just, you know what I mean, that's the cause that I'm feeling that's coming in right now. You know what I'm saying? So like the Epsteins and, you know, all the other people, like, I mean, they more powerful than our people. And they've been in the game longer than our people. So why nobody going at them? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? Our people have to do what they have to do, as we always say. So why y'all pointing a finger at our people? Why are you doing that? I see what you're saying. You basically saying the people that's over them, those the people that should be, you know, being put in these positions, being put on blast, or they should be going to jail and being arrested, so forth and so on. That's basically what you're saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But not only that, it's like, why is the Black American pointing a finger at our own people? Like, like, why is Black American saying, oh, that's good for Bill Cosby? Why is Black American saying that's good for Oprah? Why is Black American saying that's good for Puff? Why is Black American saying that's good for, you know, for all the people that broke down the doors and paid the way? Like, what's going on? This is the energy I'm getting right now. This is my pushback. That's the pushback. I want to see. That's what I'm pulling it for. All right. So look, on that note, I appreciate your assessment. And I'm going to take another caller because the calls is coming in. Now it's going to be people that's going to probably have pushback to what you say, to what you said. And then, yeah, we got a show. I appreciate you, brother. All right? For sure. All right. Salute. Sure. Run the likes up. We live. This is the livest show. Run the likes up. We live on YouTube, Facebook, and I believe Twitch. But nevertheless, mute your audio, caller. Take you 2 seconds to hit the like button. The like button is free. Run the likes up, y'all. So caller, state your name. Where you calling from?
My name is Muhammad. I'm calling out of Detroit. I just really have a question. Do you think that most of the shows, the Black media shows, far as on what the guy said, do it help promote white supremacy when we go put up stuff about our own people opposed to the real people that's in charge, like the Jewish people and the Italian, the people who run in the world. Why don't we put stuff up about them? But do you think that black media is helping white supremacy by publicizing all of our stuff and not theirs?
Well, I can't speak for other black media, but I know over here, if you've been tuned in for longer than 4 or 5 years, you know we put them all on blast. Everybody that you name. Right. So I don't know. You got a point. You know, some black media is compromised. Some black media all they do is put down their own. You know what I mean? So you got a point. You know?
All right, man.
All right, good brother. Salute. We got the homie ADHD on the line. Run the lights up, y'all. Salute. The lines is on fire, so just keep calling back if you didn't get through. But we got the homie on the line. What's happening?
What's good, Reck, man? It's been a long little minute, man. I was like, yo, why my boy ain't been going live?
Come on now. Look, think about it. ADHD, right? If the content is trash, you should know why Reck ain't going live. Like, let's be real. You've been going on the internet the last few days. What has been looking like?
Yeah, it's been looking sloppy, but you know, like without you, it's only you and like 2-3 other commentators that's holding YouTube down, because YouTube has not been the same. It's like the same over and over, people biting off other people, but you and 3 others, you number one, and then 3 others I still listen to. So, but I got you though. I know how it go, fam. You know what I mean? But it's a pleasure, always a pleasure. So let me, to the other caller that say why people, you know, look down. You got to understand something. They use your own people to bring you down. People that's willing to do things that other people's not willing to do. They use those same people to bring our people down. Like Diddy, for prime example. Diddy had some of the best artists. And what did he do to them artists? He didn't help them develop. He let them get one album, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that people's wishing this on the people. It's just these people is willing to sell their soul and do what they do. And what the white man do, he used those same people that's willing to sell their soul to bring our people that's not willing to sell our soul down. So that's how that goes. So you want to see a lot of that. It's not only with Oprah. You want to see a lot of black celebrities bringing other black celebrities down. This is something that's been going on. So that's all I had to say, Reck, and I'm going to land my plane, fam. It's always a pleasure. Shout out to the Reck Mall.
Salute, ADHD, man. Great assessment, my man. Let's get it. The line's on fire. If I miss your call, keep calling. I'm only one person. So salute to the Reck Mall, and I appreciate your call. Caller, state your name, where you caller from.
Yo, this is Rome from Hollis, Queens. What's going on?
Rome, what's going on? Salute. Everything great, good brother. I'm glad to be live. The people saying they miss me. I'm here though. Salute. Rome, talk to me.
Yeah. Basically what's going on with Russell is it's a shame because no one has filed criminal charges against him. No one's saying they're lying or telling the truth. But they want to file like financial lawsuits against him for monies to recoup for an alleged rape. Then we have another black celebrity, Oprah Winfrey, getting involved, which is another shame because it's not about black on black crime or if I'm black, you're supposed to cover me because you black. It's not about that. But this lady has a tendency of going against black people, and I never seen her go against a white man. She have like a hatred. For example, O.J. Simpson, we all know what happened with that. Lawyers proved that a cop set him up with a glove, and they had the guy on tape saying the N-word, saying how he killed all of these gang members. This is a cop, and the cop even retired because he said he had so much hatred for his job and for the community that he resigned early. Oprah Winfrey had him on his show and never once addressed him about calling the black people N-words on tape. We're people of color. You ever heard a white person tell a black person, "Oh, I don't have nothing against you personally, but it's the other blacks"? You ever heard somebody say something like that to other people? It's not you, but it's the other black people. And then some black people go for that. And he said something like that to Oprah, and she let it slide. So what's my point? My point is this: no matter what color you are, what financial background you are, keep it real. Stop being fake. This lady now wants to. They're subpoenaing her because they want her to testify that Russell Simmons defamed her on some type of show. He's hiding all the way over in another country. And just for the record, Russell Simmons is not a rapist. He's the type of guy that is
easy
very
on that
promiscuous.
R word. Easy on that R word. But yeah, continue on. Continue on.
He's not an R person, but you know what? He's a guy that, you know, he's good with the ladies and all of that. But that's not his clause. You know, he's more like a man that, you know, is a womanizer. He gets a lot of women, of course. He was the head of Def Jam. He was the head of a whole lot of other organizations.
Well, let me interject though, but I kind of agree but disagree, because remember his wife, Kimora Lee, he courted her like at 15. You understand what I'm saying?
He courted her, but he later married the lady.
Yeah, but
I had 2 kids.
That's a little spooky though, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got daughters.
Yeah, but did she ever say rape?
No. Easy on the R word, bro. Easy on the R word. What I'm saying is to you, do you got sisters or daughters?
Oh, yeah. I got a beautiful daughter, 9 years old.
All right, so your daughter, 9 years old. So imagine she get 15 and you just so happen to put in a fashion show or whatever, right? Or her mother put in a fashion show. And somebody like a Russell Simmons is courting your daughter to marry her in a year or two. How would you feel?
I would knock Russell Simmons out.
Right. So you just proved my point.
No, I'm just being honest, man.
But you proved my point, though.
Just for taking advantage of an underage daughter and disrespecting my family. He would have to pay.
But that's what they call grooming. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So I'm with you in terms of, you know, Russell Simmons was out here, you know, playing the field with all types of women. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men, you know, I say we, but we come from that era where that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Where men who had power, money till this day. Well, but especially back then, that was what they was doing. You feel what I'm saying?
True. You're right.
They have separate lives. They'll be married, but then they out there. You know what time it is. They at those parties. They engaging in all types of behavior with these women, and they got these secret lives. But some of these dudes, you got to understand, they go over and beyond. And when I say over and beyond, they start messing with the minors. And when they start messing with these babies, that's where I gotta draw the line, because now I gotta cut your head off. When it comes to the minors and the babies and just in general, that's why I be on what I'm on, because I got daughters, I got sisters, and I'm just not feeling that overall.
Me neither. You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you said what you said, I had to put you on the game just in case you didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that part.
Nah, definitely. Now, it's all good though, but great assessment, because we, you know, each one teach one, my brother. So if you want to continue to build, you can. You feel me? Nah, love is love, my brother. Great assessment, man. What's your handle?
Romeo.
Where you calling from?
Hollis,
Queens, man. Nah, salute. But I'm with you, like, because when I started this live, I was really just showing the greatness of a Russell Simmons. Like he was the Def Jam founder. You know what I'm saying? He's the brother of Reverend Run of the iconic group Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? We can go on and on. He's the founder of Def Comedy Jam, Fat Farm.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he put a lot of people on. A lot of people was able to feed their families due to Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons may have had one of the first independent record labels. Def Jam was independent when it first started. Remember? You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
So Russell Simmons ushered in a whole culture of entrepreneurs, and was able to put food on the table for a lot of people. You know, because I don't want to get caught up in, okay, yeah, we got these allegations popping up, but at the same time, let's not forget about the greatness. Let's not forget about the legacy. But then when you talk about the legacy get tarnished because of all these allegations, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying?
True. You're right.
So, yeah, but if we're going to build, we're going to build. I'm with you. I know where you at with it. You know what I'm saying? You want to speak on the greatness of this man. And it is a lot of women that's taking advantage of these high value men with fraudulent cases, but I can't say that's 100%. It may be maybe 70%. You understand what I'm saying? It is a high number, but let's not act like homie ain't get his hands dirty. You feel what I'm saying? He got his hands. He got his hands muddy. Got his hands bloody. He got blood on his hands. Like I'm just keeping it real. Like think about it. Homie live in Bali. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. Like where the hell is Bali? You feel what I'm saying? Like he lives somewhere that, yo, over the last couple of years, I just found out that was a place. Like, you know what I mean? The only Balis I knew was the footwear from back in the days. Remember when niggas used to wear the Balis? That nigga live in Bali. You feel what I'm saying? He doing yoga in Bali.
I got you.
You know, he doing yoga in Bali, and he ain't coming back. And every time he come back, he coming back like on some ninja shit. You don't even know he come back. He on some Houdini shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Just be popping up. Yeah.
You know, the nigga popping up with disguises and all types of shit. You know that. Come on, let's be real, my nigga.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like the nigga live in Bali, my nigga. He said F the United States. So obviously, look, he did his homework, right? Let's keep. All right, we're gonna talk. And people say, Reck, you don't talk much, but sometimes I just let the people talk. But when some people talk and don't have the information, I gotta interject, give them the information.
Right, exactly,
you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I like this commentary. I like because we building. But if we gonna build, let's build. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the greatness, but let's also talk about these allegations too. Let's not act like shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we not gonna do that over here at MRecktv. We gonna call it down the middle.
Exactly.
And I need everybody to hit that like button, run the likes up. This is the livest show, and yeah, we give everybody a fair shake, but also we bring them to court too. You feel me?
Exactly.
So salute to the Reck Mob, man. I appreciate you calling, Romeo.
All right, man. Have a good day, bro.
You too. Salute. Oh man, let me get back to these missed calls. Salute to Romeo. Run the likes up. Salute to Romeo, because sometimes, you know, when I open up the lines and I let people talk, but when they don't have that information or niggas act like they don't know what's going on, like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. But nah, love is love. But caller, G-Man, what's happening, man? State your name, where you calling from. Let's get it.
My name is G-Man, aka Kevin Kidd, calling from the Bronx, and I like to say Ramadan Mubarak to all my brothers and sisters celebrating Ramadan. As for myself, other is I'm sick of the rhetoric and the allegations. Seems like in society today, we're guilty for proven innocent. And I mean, Russell Simmons, he was a predominant part of society. He opened up doors for everybody. And Oprah, she's a culture vulture, in my opinion. And I keep it like that. And it's nice to
no doubt, family. Likewise, my brother. Salute. Hold on. Yo, you know what's so crazy?
Yes, sir.
No, thank you, bro. I was talking about somebody in the chat room. Salute, bro.
All right, no problem.
All right, let's do this. And now I'm gonna address, some people want to argue. I'm not that nigga to argue with. First and foremost, you can speak your piece. You don't have to agree with me. Just you're gonna be respectful on this platform, whether it's the chat room or the phone. We could build, but some people just want to argue though. If you are very argumentative, this is not the platform. You're not gonna get an argument out of me. That's not what I do. I'm not here to argue. Each one teach one. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. Okay, we can have a difference in opinion, or we can agree to disagree. but we're gonna conduct ourselves as grown folks over here, respectable grown folks. I don't know what y'all used to, but it's not gonna happen over here. Just know that it's not gonna fly. It's a no-fly zone over here. Okay, talking crazy and disrespectful, I will get you out of here. I give you your wings without giving you a Red Bull. I give you your wings. But salute to the Rec Mob. Let's keep the energy good. Salute to all my ladies in the room. We got my man Anthony from Chicago on the line. Run the likes up. I got to get to all the missed calls too. Peace.
What's up, my boy?
Salute, Anthony. Talk to me, man.
I think it's crazy that Oprah even consider like testifying against Russell Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it is crazy, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. So what's happening with you though, man? What's going on? You good?
I'm good.
That's what's up, my brother. I always appreciate your call because you drop your 1-2 and you be out. But salute to you, Anthony. Thanks for all the support, man.
No problem, my boy. Salute.
Salute, my boy. Shouts to Anthony. That's my man. He called, he dropped his 1 or 2 lines, and he in the win. You know what I mean? Let me get to these missed calls. Salute to the Rec Mob. Shouts to Mike. I gotta call Mike. Mike, let's get it. Mike, pick up your line. Make sure your audio muted. Calling you now. My man Michael Jamrock. My man Michael from Jamaica.
Yeah, thanks, Rick Mom.
What's going on, Mike? Salute to the whole Jamaica and Jamrock and all that. What's going on with you? Mute your audio, Mike. Mute your audio.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
You hearing me okay?
Yeah, you good. Let's get it.
Okay. Yeah, what I wanted to say was that, with Russell, he's playing the game, and I don't know. As I said, I'll defer to you because you know more than me on this topic. But what I do know is, when it comes to playing the game, he decided that he's not going to be out like Puffy. So you know, he ain't going in that cell at all. Mm-hmm. And he the other guy, I forgot that was his partner. I forgot his name.
Who? Which one? You talking about?
Guy.
The white guy? Leah Cohen?
No, the one that started with him.
Rick Rubin.
Mm-hmm. Rick Rubin. When Rick Rubin started with him, they agreed that they would only do hip hop. And when Russell started to transition to the pop side, Rick was like, that's why Rick say, all right, it's either you buy me out or I'm going to buy you out. We have to part because, and then at the time, hip hop wasn't the biggest thing yet. And then it looked like Rick Rubin was right because hip hop turned out to be the biggest thing. And Russell, diverges into all of the other music. And then eventually everybody wanted to get a piece of hip hop because it was turning out to be the biggest thing. And it was Rick Rubin that ended up moving to Bali. So it's like he's following what Rick is saying now because you realize if he had listened to Rick, they would have stayed out of that cult atmosphere.
Well, let me ask you this because I didn't even know that. You put me on the game. I didn't even know Rick Rubin was in Bali or Bali.
He was the first one that went there. I don't know if I think he lives there still because he don't wear shoes or nothing like that. He laughed.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing, when you getting grounded with the universe, you know what I mean? You go barefooted and connect with the universe. I got to start doing that, but I'm not doing that on their time. They might be doing it on a whole nother note. You dig? I don't know. You feel me?
Yeah. He can't afford it.
You crazy?
He can't afford to wear no shoes.
Nah, hold on. You mean to tell me all that money Def Jam made, Rick Rubin don't got enough money to buy shoes. Come on, I don't believe that, Mike. Come on.
No, I said he can't afford it.
Oh, he
can afford to live that lifestyle.
Oh, he can. Oh, he can. Oh, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
that's funny
he
as shit.
He has the foot surface and everything that can keep it going, and he don't have to walk the road like, I walk the road.
Yo, shout, see, they coming with the shit. Salute to the Wreck Mob. Shouts to Baby Lane. He said Rick Rubin, his feet probably rocking. Salute to the Wreck Mob. Yo, with the shit early. I love it. I love it, man. Yo, Mike, I appreciate you, man. Salute to the Wreck Mob because they got the jokes.
I remember I was saying that if some of your people can get to contact me, I have some things I want to talk to you off the air about. I'll talk to them about off the air about. I have a business proposition that I want to pitch to them and see how they feel about.
Oh, so somebody just said Big Long, because he's in here. I guess he got all the information. He said Rick is not in Bali, he in Cali. That's what he said.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I'm just saying he was the first one to go there. So I don't know if he still lives. Because Russell went there to live, build hotels and everything. But I know Rick was the first when him and Russ he parted with Russ. That's he hated out to Bali because he was like he wasn't too happy with what Russ was getting into, you know. He wasn't too happy with it.
That's a fact.
Because he was like, they didn't even want us in this industry. And we came in and we are establishing ourselves. And now we kind of agreed that we're going to stick to what we're doing. And you're now, going into the pop side of it. And it's like, he didn't like, he could see the change in Russ. He could see the change in Russ.
This is, so where you get this information from?
Oh, this is what happened. They done this thing on Russ.
Like a documentary?
They do this documentary on Russ. And he was talking all good things about Russ, man, because Russ made him who he was. Because they were just going in car. And he was talking good things about Russ, but he was just showing why it is that he ended up leaving Def Jam to Russ. He was just giving that explanation. He didn't say that he seen Russ was changing. He was just saying that I came to that assessment, but he was saying that from the fact that Russ went, because you have to make it sound good. He says from the fact that Russ started to go into the popular music and all different, Def Jam was just about rap music, and that's what they agreed to when he came in. So for him to, so I seen it on it, and I was like, interesting, and then by this time now, hip hop became the popular music. It outshined all of the other ones them. So I'm sure if Russ was thinking of it, he would have just stick to hip hop because everybody would have been coming to him.
Got you,
so,
Mike. I appreciate you, man. Great assessment. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember to remind your people to get in touch with me, right?
Yeah,
Please.
I got you. SJ, make sure you hit up Michael. All right?
All right.
All right, peace.
Take care.
Yep. Take care, Mike. Let's get it, y'all. Run the lights up. I see y'all got jokes. Shouts to KV the Great. Let's get it. Shouts to Songs by Alicia, one of my biggest supporters and been there from pretty much, a day one. Especially when we blasted off the Blackout Show. She drops a $20 super chat and says, the Blackout Show was everything. History was made. M.Reck and Earth Amina. Facts. You know. Run the likes up. Peace to SJ. She's in the room. Let's get it. I want to get to the jokes too, because I see y'all going off on Rick Rubin feet. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on, where we at? Let me make sure. Y'all was shouts to Daniel. Okay, so Russell followed Rick to Bali Beach. You're crazy. So at this point, we got Skino on the line. Peace.
Peace. M.Reck. What up, my boy?
Skino, what's the word? Everything good, man? Talk to me. How you?
Can't complain. How you, man? You can hear me good?
I can hear you great, good brother.
Bet. So a couple things, right? So conspiracy, like that's my bag. Besides music and stuff like that, being in the conspiracy world, that's my bag, right? So the thing with Oprah, it's a couple things you got to look at. You got to look at who she's friends with, who her circle is, stuff like that. You look at people like Tom Hanks, and everybody that's listening, like, this is all serious stuff. I know a lot of people listen to conspiracy theories, and they be like, yo, like, most of this stuff made up. It's no way this stuff is real. Like, people got tinfoil hats on, they tripping, stuff like that. But to be real, so look up Tom Hanks and Isaac Cappy for the people in the audience that's listening. Look up Ellen DeGeneres and DJ Twitch. That was her DJ that mysteriously committed suicide after he was about to write a tell-all book about, the sex parties and the rituals and stuff.
Facts.
Ellen was doing. You got Epstein tied in directly with Diddy and Obama. I say pizza fence. I won't say the G word because your YouTube might get flagged, but y'all should know what I mean by pizza fence and Obama.
Thank you, good brother.
You know the vibes, right? You can look that up with Obama, Diddy, and Epstein. It's a video that you can go on YouTube and just type in Diddy and Obama, and I think it was for BET and Revolt. Diddy was like, "Yo, this one Obama was a senator," and Diddy was like, "Yo, you coming through to the party? I'm gonna take care of you." And then he was like, "Yeah, y'all looking at y'all future president right here." So when people talk about honeypots and stuff like that, I do believe that Obama is on those sex tapes, frazzle drip with Hillary Clinton, stuff like that. And also what you can look up Oprah and the dead babies that was found in her school in Africa and how that whole situation was handled, right? So what they did was the girls at Oprah school, they was getting, R-worded. I'll say grape for YouTube. They was getting grape. And, they was turning up pregnant. Some of them ended up missing. And what they did was they blamed the dorm mother. So instead of the guys like the priests and stuff that was going on there, instead of them, being blamed because they was all tied in, they blamed the dorm mother, and they ended up firing the dorm mother. She ended up suing Oprah and winning that case. So anybody can look up Oprah dead babies at school, Oprah abuse at school, and Oprah settles lawsuit with dorm mother at school. All of that stuff ties in hand. I say all of that to say this, right? As a black man, on one hand, I'd be like, yo, they trying to bring down all our black legends. Like everybody that's in a position of power in the music industry, that's legendary in the music industry, that has too much control in the music industry, they get them all out the way. Now, that's not me making an excuse for these dudes being weirdos, because I believe some of them are weirdos, but they're just being used as pawns until the time is right for, the powers that be to be like, all right, bet we getting you up out of here. That's why R. Kelly, all of the masters, his catalog, all of that, he got hit with a RICO. And he didn't get hit with the RICO until the Surviving R. Kelly came out. They been knew about all of this. This wasn't nothing new. What they did was they tore him down in public, the same way they did Bill Cosby, tear him down in public, then they put you in jail so that there's no revolt. Imagine if R. Kelly had been innocent and they threw him in jail. Like, black people go crazy. Free R. Kelly. We boycotting this until we get R. Kelly back. Same with Diddy. So what they do is they tear him down in the public, so when they throw him in jail, nobody thinks anything of it. It's like, oh, we got a monster off the street, so who really cares? You get what I'm saying? This thing with this dude in Bali, what the hell is his dude's name? Why did this escape me just now?
Russell?
Yeah, Russell Simmons. Yeah, Russell Simmons. Thank you. The thing with Russell Simmons, Bali's in Indonesia, and the reason he's hiding out in Bali is because they have no extradition laws with the U.S. So the U.S. can't just go there and snatch him up. They can't just go there and do whatever they want to do. It's a couple countries like that with no extradition. So that's pretty much why he over there. It's a couple people that's actually hiding out over there, but you just don't talk about it. The reason you're not really hearing about the Epstein list, and the reason you see these fake lists floating around just to keep you occupied from what the real list is. But when that real list come out, which I don't know if it's really going to come out because it's going to tie a lot of people up into it, you're going to see a whole slew of names there. You're going to be like, yo, what the hell is this dude doing on Epstein Island? Or what was this dude doing partying with Epstein and stuff like this? So Right. When you have shows like this, always call me, because conspiracy theories is my bag, and I don't really consider them conspiracy theories. I consider them facts that the powers that be are going to twist up to make you sound crazy and make it sound far-fetched, but all of that stuff is true. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Skino, I got you. Say
Oprah stuff.
Say less. Continue on, though. No, I say less. I got you. I'll call you up anytime when I'm in this bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, this Oprah stuff right here is literally like they're using a powerful black woman to, you know, put the nail in the coffin for Russell. Now, again, I'm not defending him, not saying, you know, that he can't be a weirdo and, you know, like everything he accused of, he could have did. So I want to be perfectly clear stating that. But at the same time, it's like everything is, you know, hearsay until we see something that's actual factual. Now, again, people going to tear him down because it's you know, you're getting slaughtered by social media. Like the court of public opinion is going to kill you before the actual courts kill you. You feel what I'm saying? So that by the time the courts come to kill you, nobody cares. If R. Kelly dies in jail right now, people are going to be sad because it's like, damn, he made great music, but it's going to be more people like, yo, he was a monster. Who cares? If Diddy dies in jail right now, some people are going to be sad, but it's going to be more people like, yo, he was a monster. I say all of that to say that those people right there, they at the basement with all of this pedo stuff, with all of this weirdo stuff, with all the sexual assaults, with all the, you know, frazzle drift stuff, with all of the weird stuff. They're at the bottom. The people that's higher up, those are people being protected. Those are your Bill Clintons. Those are your Hillary Clintons. Those are, you know, the senators, the congressmen. Those are the people who names you don't even know because they're hidden. Like, if you know somebody's name and they're in a position of power, they're not the person in power. It's always the people behind the scenes that's pulling the strings, that sit on these boards, who you will never know, and who you will never see, that's really calling the shots. It's a reason you haven't really heard anything about Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell not in jail. Like, Ghislaine Maxwell is back in the land of the small people. I don't even want to say the small hat people. I don't even want to say that name because your YouTube might get flagged. But if you know who the small hats are, you know what I'm talking about, where she's back over there. Literally all of these people that disappeared, they go back to the land of the small hat people. I'll say one more thing and I end it with this as a conspiracy anybody could go down. Before 9/11 happened, you remember when you used to go to the malls and you used to see all the small hat people with the little helicopters at all the kiosks selling stuff? It's a reason you don't see them people no more. Their job was investigation and infiltration to pretty much get a lay of the land of everything that was in like the Northeast, because I'm from Jersey, so that's pretty much we really used to see them. You don't see those people anymore. It's not because those toys stopped being popular. You can go on eBay right now and still purchase those toys. You stopped seeing them because they did their job and they went back to where they was from. So with this whole Oprah thing, I think Oprah is going to have an ultimatum. It's like, yo, you either help us put the final nail in the coffin to where we finally have a reason to go get this guy and the Indonesian government won't get in the way, or don't be surprised if by the summertime or close to the end of the year, you start hearing all of these stories about Oprah. You start really hearing about what happened in the school in Africa, and then everything start hitting the fan. So today is what, the 27th? I want to go on record. Everybody that's listening to this call right now, remember M.Reck show on the 27th of March that y'all been told Oprah got a choice. The ultimatum is you either help us put this nail in the coffin or all the dirt coming out. And that's exactly how it's going to play out, because that's how it's been playing out.
No doubt. That's something I kind of, was putting out there earlier. So we on the same page. Salute. You know what I mean?
Know the vibes, M.Reck.
You already know the vibes. I'm going to tap in with you, man. Great assessment, my brother, as always.
Say less, bro. Enjoy your day.
You too, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get the lines on fire. I got to get to a lot of people. Peace. KV, I'm calling you in like 2 minutes. Peace.
Yo, M.Reck, what up? Everything. Shout out M.Reck, the Wreck Mob.
What's going on, family? Who this?
Yo, this Lex. Shout out M.Reck. I've been calling in a lot lately.
Thank you, good brother. What's happening, Lex?
Yes, sir. Yo, M.Reck, you talk about Oprah Winfrey, the same Oprah that put out the Michael Jackson doc.
Yeah.
After she. Okay, you talking about the same Oprah that was with Harvey Weinstein and giving him mad shout outs and stuff at the award shows?
Yeah, we addressed that. Yeah, keep going, keep cooking. I hear you.
All right, so this is my thing with Oprah. She's like the pinnacle of the Me Too movement And she got a track record of linking up with these other people producing these documentaries, taking down our icons. Now, Russell, now what you said, M.Reck?
No, I'm agreeing. I said, I'm agreeing.
Yo, and my thing with it is, Miss Ozempic Oprah, she been pushing a lot of things on the community. Like the last caller said, shout out to him. Great assessment. Oprah with that school. And we remember when the Queen Amina was doing her rounds, that Chrome thingy, they were saying that Oprah is involved in that circle as well. So I think Russell Simmons was like, hey, yo, because Oprah said she felt pressured by Russell to withdraw her statement. But afterward, she said that she unequivocally believes the accusers that accuse Russell Simmons. So she's saying, yo, I'm tapping out of the documentary, but I believe those women. Yo, I can't tell what side of the fence she's on, and she's looking like a super duper op, bro. Oprah can be trusted, bro. No funny. When's the last time she actually related with the community, bro? Her nose been in the air for 30 years, my bro. You feel me? But like I said, I feel like, you know, Russell Simmons also, I mean, when you look at a lot of the Diddy things, a lot of the Diddy behavior, Russell Simmons could have had some dealings with it. I never heard of Russell Simmons putting hands on nobody, none of that. But, you know, just the 90s, the 80s era, probably went to some of them parties, got lit, things could have happened. And then when you look at it, sometimes the ladies be with it.
No doubt.
So I'm saying, yo, Oprah, put that part in there too. But I like what the girl did, because when Oprah said that there was inconsistencies in her story, and the girl is like, yo, let me get a fact record of all the inconsistencies you talking about. Like, I like that, because now we get to see why Oprah is flip-flopping around. And if Oprah does get out of pocket, I think they probably got some stuff on her that the last caller could have alluded to, M.Reck.
I mean, I'm with you, good brother. Y'all cooking. Between you and Skino and just all the callers, y'all cooking. I'm glad, you know, my people's in the know. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially, like when we was doing a blackout show, we got so much pushback, you know? So salute to the earth and salute to the rec mob, the real ones like yourself and everybody who been in the loop with us and, you know, just been in the loop just in general that know the information. A lot of people don't know the information, though. I'm going to be honest with you. It'd be hard, you know, to build with certain people, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. You know?
Yo, M.Reck, you get a car. You get a car. You get a car, bro. People don't want to see it. Oprah done gave these people's moms and grandmas 30 cars throughout the years, bro. They blinded by the celebrity and all of the gifts. You know what I'm saying? But yes, bro, Oprah is in an elite network. You feel me? There's certain things. Yo, y'all gotta run back that last caller, right? There's a lot of the stuff he mentioned, there's some dirt there. And I think Russell Simmons knows that. And that's why Oprah pulled out. But because Oprah didn't want to lose her Black woman victim card, she said she unequivocally believes the accusers, bro. So she played both sides while still pandering to her audience, but she doesn't mess with the elite network, because then if she throw Russell Simmons under the bus, M.Reck, then the hip hop elite stops messing with her, bro. That means Usher's not rocking with you, Jay, like that whole network. And yo, I rock with Russell Simmons. Like I met Russell Simmons when I was a young man, bro. So like I'm saying Nah, Oprah's not trying to mess up her her standing with the hip hop elite, right? That means Beyonce might still pop out for a fundraiser, but Jay-Z's not gonna pull up. You get what I'm saying? Because why these guys in the hip hop elite, they all rock with each other. You get what I'm saying? But yo, M.Reck, I love this show. I want to keep listening. Thank you for allowing me to build, and have a great day, my bro. You heard?
You too, Lex. Thank you, my brother. Salute, Lex. Good assessment.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate you, M.Reck. Salute, my bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Salute. Let's get it. Run the likes up. About to call KV the one. All right. I got a lot of people was calling up. Salute to the Rec Mall. Run the likes up. Hold on, man. We need those likes to match the people in the room. How many likes we got? We got 950 likes? Do we got that? If not, let's do that. It'll take you 2 seconds. Let's get it, y'all. And the like button is free. Call us. State your name. Where you calling from?
What's up, Rec? This Jose across the street in Vegas.
What's happening, Jose?
Nothing, man. I got one thing to say.
Okay.
Y'all gonna get off my baby Oprah's back.
Man, it never fails. This dude Jose, it never fails, man. Look, you just want to shift the energy. That's just you. Look, I ain't even mad at you. You were what you call that? Evil genius. You are evil genius. I see what you do.
We need Oprah support, man. Just relax. We need Oprah support.
You're an evil genius.
We gotta go against the grain, Oprah. We need you.
No doubt. Yo, Jose, I appreciate you, salute, brother. Man. Salute, man.
All right.
All right, peace. The line's on fire, y'all. I gotta get to a lot of people, but line's on fire. Run the likes up. Peace.
Peace.
What's happening, family?
What's up? Just wanted to say she's very nervous because this is going to open up a can of worms for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mentioned that earlier. Yep, we on the same page.
People online is already FBI investigators. They doing a job. So by her having to testify, they gonna find out all the dirt on her, and she don't want the worms to be open. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, good brother. I appreciate your assessment. Lines on fire. Salute. Let's get it, y'all. Lines on fire now. So I gotta, do these calls quick. Peace. Mute your audio. Mute your audio, please. 602. Mute your audio. You can call back. Let me get KV the Great on the line. What's happening? KV, pick up. I'm calling you now. Have your audio muted, KV. Calling you now. Run the likes up.
Yo.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, Lord.
Rec Mob, salute. We in the building. What
Rec
up?
Mob, we here. Salute. You already know. Talk to me, King.
Yo, hold on. Before we work, I just wanted to say salute to you, King.
Salute,
you know
King.
What I'm saying? Because you stay on the grind and we stay working and we stay focused on what's going on out here to keep the people abrupt. Yo, SJ had me listening to meditation flute music for like 5 minutes straight to a point where I said, yo, she had me meditating. I said, yo, damn, I'm kind of liking this music for a second. I almost started getting on some Num Yo Ho Rangyo style real. You know what I mean? But nah, yo,
that's
I'm
what's
saying,
up. Salute to
right?
SJ. Look, that's new to me.
SJ the Peoples.
I didn't know she had the
SJ the Peoples.
Yes, I didn't know she had the meditating music. So salute to SJ.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, she got the real weight at, like, when you call Chase, when you call Chase Bank or you call one of the banks and they be like, just wait, hold on 1 second.
Correct.
And that music come on, Correct. She got the flute meditation music. Nah, but shout out to SJ. That's my sister though. Love,
SJ.
love.
Facts, love. She do a great job.
Yo, look, right? Facts. So look, right? Oprah, we kind of already, when you look at her past and like some of the things that just rock out, we already kind of know if we just look at
some of the things she was already into, right? Number one, we just saw her quote unquote spiritual advisor, the dude, John of God, right? Now, mind you, she was running around with this. You could Google this guy, John of God.
Yeah, we covered.
He got like
we
300
covered.
and
We covered that story.
He got like so he got like 379 years, right? But see, a lot of people don't talk about him and Epstein. This is Googleable, right? These dudes had a plot where they was actually trying to make everybody in the world or inject everybody in the world with their DNA, right? This is also something you can Google, right? This is a plot that Epstein had to be able to inject the world some sort of way with his DNA. Now, how would that be possible if it's not a world system in cahoots with what they're doing? Everything that we see or that we've been dealing with, the reason why it's all coming down and everybody's uncomfortable is because it's all fake, right? The whole thing is coming down because it's all fake. When you look at Oprah's bloodline, her family, she come from the old European money. Her and Bill Cosby, they come from old European money. Our mistake in everything that's going on is not knowing exactly who we are as a people. That's why these things are playing games with our head. Like the caller before the last one that called in that said that they're gonna make it look a certain way. They already got all these people, like the Queen said. Like Amina said, the Earth said this a while back. They already got all these people already. They already know what they was into. What's happening right now is because the orange dude Trump had to go through all of this in the media with them playing on him and lying on his name 1,000 different ways. What they doing now is proving to everybody that we looked up to and everybody that we was following was the ones that was keeping us enslaved. Gotcha. See, look, this is a fact. The Europeans, when I say they come from old European money, they got cribs, her and Bill Cosby, they got cribs in Harlem on Stravers Row. Now, if you familiar with Stravers Row, you know, for those that be in Harlem or know Harlem that well, you know that Stravers Row is a gated community. As a matter of fact, it's probably the only gated community in Harlem, right? And when you go over there, all the black folks own the brownstones. They own all the businesses over there, right? But nobody don't talk about this though. You see what I'm saying? Because we under the guidelines that we think that the paler versions of ourselves actually control the globe when they actually run the de facto government. So all these Europeans that you see, they get down with what is known as the show, the Ariel Pagite show. That's why when you look in the law books, you see they got something known as a bad actor. And when you look at TV, they always saying things like, yo, this guy is a bad actor. And they don't even be having nothing to do with movies or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? They might be somebody in government and they be like, yo, this dude is a bad actor. But all of these people, Jay, Oprah, Hove, we all have the same blood as the Europeans. That's why when they came back, they was accepted because they was flying the same flags. This is a fact. A lot of people don't know what America really is. But if you get the exotic map of the US, you'll see a lot of towns here that you didn't know existed here. And then when you start to look at them and Google them, you'll see they existed here first, right? Just like, for instance, Palestine, right? When you look at Palestine, the Palestine over there was created in 1922. That's when it was founded. But the Palestine in Ohio was created in 1849, and the one in Texas in 1864. So when you start talking about a Palestinian of the 1800s, you're talking about somebody from America. This is a fact. And those people, they all know this. So what their guideline, because if we have a right by blood to the Palestine here, we got a right to the blood by the Palestine over there. They trying to keep us blocked out from what the real reparations really look like. The real reparations is not no money returning. It's the return of the land and the original government with the original people being in place. So everybody in the spotlight, all of your entertainers, their game is to play the game with what is looked at as the democracy, because we all had a republic here before anything that came after a republic was all democracy, union, and all of that stuff. You won't see democracy mentioned inside of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the preamble, none of that. So what is it? It's the European form of government that they came to cloud American minds with. So that means that we can't get to the riches because they only gonna make anybody that's down to sign the contracts and dance and put on for them. Those are the only people that they gonna make wealthy in the public eye in order to get everybody else to follow along. You don't notice how out of nowhere hip hop became about, yo, let's get to the money, let's get to the money, let's get to the money. And everybody started throwing dollars and raining dollars everywhere. And then out of nowhere, you just start noticing that little by little, the things that we held to communal wise that we used to raise hip hop and make everybody pay attention to it on a worldwide scale, they started to diminish it. Little by little, right? Little by little, because when you think back to it, we had the grip inside of the community. But everybody that got the money from hip hop, those was the ones that sold it out to them other people. And this is what we've been dealing with. So we look up to these niggas like Hove. We look up to Hove. Hove got the money. He did it big, yeah. But he brought a racist Barclays family, who is European, into Brooklyn and had them gentrify everybody. The original Brooklynites had to move out of all the buildings that we originally built and their ancestors passed down, because these cities was built before the Europeans brought the Pilgrims here, right? This is the reason why everybody wants to live the American dream. Don't get this twisted. They make us talk about we come from, these cities was built before they got here. That's why they came back here, because they know that our originally families went over there. When you hear things like 7-Eleven or the 7-Eleven stores, go look up 7-Eleven and what it meant to the Moors when we was over there building in Europe and helping a lot of them people bathe and teaching them to learn how to stand upright and walk and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? 7-Eleven was a big year for us as an original people who still had the government, right? So they turned it into a store to collapse the mindset, but still show you that they playing with your mind. So you see 7-Elevens everywhere, but you don't necessarily know what 7-Eleven mean to your people. You understand? And the reason why you don't is because you got your Oprahs, you got your Jay-Z's, you got your everybody that's involved in that playground. They rather have everybody chase those people and look up to them because they control them. They can't control us without the contracts. They can't control us. You feel me? And that's the reason why they put to you somebody like a Beyonce or somebody like a Cardi B. They'll give you those before they give you somebody even like a Coretta, even though people don't know the reason why Coretta actually survived the rust and everything that went on with Martin is because by blood, she's a Rothschild. But people don't notice because they train you to think that the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all of that look different, or they're the pale versions of us. However, all of the nobility, all of the European nobility are what you call the black nobility. So when you go look in a book like Burke's Peerage, right, you can find all of our last names in there, right? Because some of them, but you see others, but it's like a whole encyclopedia of last names. And you'll see on the shields, on the flags, on everything, they all have our faces. That book is called Burke's Peerage. It probably costs a whole lot by now, but it's different versions. Like it's encyclopedias. You got an A section, a B section, a C section, like encyclopedias. And they give you all of the European nobility, but it also gives you the ties to the tribes that they had throughout the world and where their tribes actually came from. And when you look at the majority of their tribes, they came from America. So they keep us out of the guidelines because all of that money these corporations is passing around, it belonged to us. They got us looking up to them, but all of that money belonged to us because we run the land by blood. So the game and the optive of the game is they keep people like, remember back in the 80s when they had the babies missing on the milk cartons?
Hell yeah.
What happened to that?
Word.
What happened to that?
Yeah. Facts. What happened to that?
What happened to that? Remember, and remember when they was crying and doing the rant about bring back our girls in DC, and then came up with an understanding like over a certain course in time, over 30,000 kids have been missing. How would that be possible in an area where you got the ATF, the FBI, the TSA, the DEA, and every single other alphabet group you could possibly think of with cameras across the whole stretch? DC is only 10 miles long and wide.
Facts.
It's not like it's a whole, you know what I'm saying? So exactly how are that many people missing? And then how are that many melanated babies missing, right? And then they look us in the face and tell us that our 13% of the population in the States is actually committing 95% of the crime. How is this possible? When we got kids missing, how is this possible when we got kids missing and we got mad brothers and sisters behind the wall?
Facts.
So everybody just got to sit tight because the things that we about to see going forward is only going to be there to play games with our brain. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the earth. Like she said, I believe a lot of these people is already knocked off. They gone already. And because Trump had to go through what he went through in the media, all of these niggas now got to come to the terms of the things that they've been doing to keep us captive while they've been saying, vote for us, vote for us, vote for us. Vote for you, democracy, but then you kidnap 5 boys and you put them in the system and say, oops, we made a mistake 15 years later after they've been molested by grown men. And how many times have that been done? So just sit back and relax, love on your family, because this is going to be a ride over this next few months from now to about September. And it might even get reeled in if they don't come up with a budget for the government. So just sit back, because we might start see some of your people get arrested, some of your favorite people, some of your favorite celebrities, whether they be sports, whether they be rap, rock and roll, you might see them in cuffs. So just sit back, love on your family, connect as much as you can, take care of your health, and stay focused, yo.
That's a fact, man. Great assessment as always, KV. The one.
Salute.
Also salute. So I'm gonna say this. I know it's premature, but I'm gonna say this because I know you spoke to SJ. KV, the one will be co-hosting with M.Reck real soon. You know what I mean? Live, dropping gems like this and a whole bunch of more jewelry.
We gonna get to the solid proof. You know what I'm saying? Because it's better when people see it. Sometimes they hear it, but like I said, we really do the work, and this is something that I live by. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the private side. I have my nationality. The government knows who I am by blood. These are things that I do. You understand? So I'm not just a talker. I'm a doer. I'm out here working for real. You know what I'm saying? I got a community of people that I'm working with and putting things to the pavement. We just in the background like ghosts. That's all.
Salute. Nah. So look, this is what we gonna do. Hold on 1 second while I got you on the line, just to let them know how real it is, because I know SJ put the information there. So look, KV was a man about his business. And if you want to be a woman about your business and a man, because I know everybody got business or something to promote, and I know everybody want to give their assessment. Look, email MRecktv co-host7@gmail.com. The email's there on the screen. SJ and my reps will get back to you. And yeah, let's make this happen, y'all. Let's run it up. Salute to the MRecktv.
And
man.
SJ got that meditation music, y'all.
That's a fact.
That for y'all.
I didn't even know that. So salute to SJ. She got it cooking over there for real. You know?
Word up.
That's love.
Salute
SJ
to the family,
doing an amazing job.
Know.
Yeah, salute to the family,
man.
Yeah.
Rec Mob. Salute to you, Rec.
Salute to you, KB. Appreciate you.
Land, man. You already
the
know.
Land all day, my brother. Thank you. Great assessment. Salute.
Peace.
Peace. Let's get it, y'all. I'm glad I did this live. Something told me, to do this live at this specific time. And I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the call. Salute to KV. Salute to Skino. Salute to Lex. Everybody that called him, Michael, my man Michael Jamrock, everybody, Jose, everybody who called up, gave great assessments. And I'm about to call everybody who I missed too. I'm about to call the missed calls right now. We getting back to this energy, man, because the energy was a little different. So that's why I fell back. So if you see me fall back and if I don't go live because I'm not feeling the energy or I just got a billion things going on, but trust and believe I'm in the loop. But nevertheless, 602-694, calling you now. Pick up the line. Let's get it. Salute to the Rec Mob. We here. Run the lights up. Mute your audio. Mute your audio. Mute your audio.
The original Brooklyn.
Call him. Mute your audio, please.
I'm muted.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. You call MRecktv, right?
I did call you. I am here listening to your live right now in regards to Russell Simmons and Oprah. And people have been idolizing Oprah for years, which they shouldn't have. Oprah is into a lot of shady stuff that allegedly that people have no idea about. But just check into Oprah regarding Hawaii, her schools in Africa. She's friends with everybody who has been labeled as a pedophile. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, John Agat. Check out him. He's from Brazil, Honduras, or whatever. She went over there idolizing him. Come to find out, he has some kind of selling babies over there illegally and all types of stuff. All these people are Oprah's friends. She is not clean. Something is wrong with that woman, just like something is wrong with all the men that she's around. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, M.Reck.
I appreciate you. Thank you. What's your name again?
My name is Matrice Maddie. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I reside in Phoenix, should I say.
Salute to the whole Phoenix. Matrice, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Peace. Man, I'm loving the energy on this show, y'all. Man, if y'all loving the energy, salute to the Rec Mob. I haven't been live for since Saturday. It's Thursday. So yeah, you talking about 5 days. If you loving the energy, put the fire emojis up. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. You loving the vibe on this live, make sure you put up the fire emojis. Salute to the Rec Mob, man. It's a calm day today, too. I'm liking the vibe, too, outside, What the weather's like. Hold on. I'm gonna have to charge up this damn computer. Give me a second, y'all. Let me call some missed calls back, too. Also, you want to co-host to promote your business, and also you want to give a narrative, because we could do it live or we could do it pre-recorded, and I could run it live, too. So make sure you email the information that's in the chat room. SJ put in the chat room. I believe it's MRecktv cohost7@gmail.com. Make sure you email that so you can, co-host, promote your business, promote your brand, your social media, your IG, whatever, your book, your beauty salon, your barbershop, your album, your clothing brand, your cookies, you sell food, you're a chef, you're whatever it is, we got the MRecktv collaboration campaigns going on. And we got the grand opening prices, the rates. So let's get it. We about to start running those campaigns real soon. So y'all better jump on it because it's going to go crazy. I'm trying to find the info. I know SJ put it in the room. Here you go, right here. All right, so let me get to these missed calls, y'all. And I'm going to run the Oprah news back for the people just now tapping in. Let's get it. Salute to the Rec Mob. We here with it.
Oprah Winfrey, in connection with the defamation lawsuit filed by the woman against Simmons in New York State Supreme Court. Drew Dixon previously accused her former boss Simmons, the hip-hop mogul who co-founded Def Jam Recordings, of sexually assaulting her at his New York City apartment in 1995. No criminal charges have been filed against Simmons in connection with the accusations. In February, Dixon filed a lawsuit against Simmons, which was obtained by People, claiming that he defamed her in a 2023 interview with media personality Graham Bensinger. In the interview, Simmons, who has been accused by multiple women of sexual misconduct, denied wrongdoing and said he had never been forceful in any relationship. He speculated that anyone accusing him could be motivated by the market where people thirst for fame. When speaking with Bensinger, Simmons referenced Winfrey's decision to pull out of her role as executive producer of On the Record, a 2020 documentary covering the allegations against Simmons. 18 women accuse music producer Russell Simmons of sexual misconduct, everything they've said. The mogul suggested that Winfrey stepped away from the film because the stories don't add up. In a statement following her decision to step away from the documentary, Winfrey asserted that she believed the accusers. First and foremost, I want it to be known that I unequivocally believe and support the women, Winfrey said. Their stories deserve to be told and heard. In my opinion, there is more work to be done on the film to illuminate the full scope of what the victims endured, and it has become clear that the filmmakers and I are not aligned in that creative vision. Oprah Winfrey unequivocally believes Russell Simmons' accusers. Why is she being subpoenaed in case? The subpoena is connected to Drew Dixon's defamation suit against the Def Jam co-founder by Liam Quinn. Lawyers for a woman who has accused Russell Simmons of subpoenaed Oprah Winfrey in connection with the defamation lawsuit filed by the woman against Simmons in New York State Supreme Court. Drew Dixon previously accused her former boss Simmons, the hip-hop mogul who co-founded Def Jam Recordings, of sexually assaulting her at his New York City apartment in 1995. No criminal charges have been filed against Simmons in connection with the accusations. In February, Dixon filed a...
All right, we back. I just wanted to run that back for people that just wanted to be in the loop of what's going on with Oprah and Russell Simmons. I'm gonna get to some missed calls and all that, but for the most part, we coming up on the 2-hour mark. But I'm definitely gonna go live later. I'm loving this energy. Let's get to it. Let me get to these missed calls. 1 second, y'all. Run the likes up. Salute to the Rec Mob. Make sure you leave those comments in the regular comment section after I end this live. Appreciate y'all. Salute to all the supporters. You could donate to MRecktv on the Cash App, $ MRecktv. Let's get it. We here, y'all. All right. I seen 347-423 calling you now. I know I missed your call early, but I'm doing like a million things. Pardon self. About to call you now.
MRecktv, peace and love.
Peace and love. Who this? Mutual audio on the backdrop, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Muhammad, man, from Brooklyn, brother. How are you, man?
I'm
How's
good.
everything, brother?
I'm good. Do me a favor. Mute that if you can. Muhammad, you there? Muhammad, mute your TV or your laptop, not your phone. You there? Muhammad, if you there, just tap back in, my brother. You tap back in. Let's get it. Salute to the Rec Mob. We here, man. We're gonna run the show for a little bit more, 10 more minutes or so. We're gonna hit that 2-hour mark. But at the same time, man, it seems like, you know, all these celebrities is leaving the game with a stain on their jacket. You feel me? It's crazy. Nevertheless, let me see what you're talking about in the chat room. Gotta run it back. Jose said Oprah got it out the mud and put black woman on top. It's 85 in the West. Say word. I need to come out West. I need to film more episodes of Spooky Hours. Oh yeah, we producing a whole bunch of new episodes for Spooky Hours, y'all. Just letting y'all know. So everybody who got the app and the Patreon, I got y'all. Trust me, I was dealing with just a lot, trying to get episodes done and going through new production team and, you know, leasing deals and a whole bunch of stuff. It's a lot that goes on with, you know, producing that type of content. It's next level of things you got to deal with. Yeah. Everybody got stains on their jacket. Everybody. So Dr. Sebastian said Trump got lots of stains. Everybody got stains. It is what it is. Oh, you need the info to host? SJ's gonna put that in the room. I believe it's MRecktv co-host 7@gmail.com. So I'm gonna put that in the chat room again. But once again, it's MRecktv co-host 7@gmail.com. Shouts to Team King. So definitely reach out so we can definitely handle that business. We got the good rates for the co-hosts, so you can not only co-host and promote your brand and everything else. We're doing something that nobody else is doing. I'm always on that type of time. Peace. Peace.
Peace. What's going on, M.Reck?
Salute. I want to say this. Salute to all my truckers too that's tapped in. But my brother, state your name. Where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Sire M.Reck. I'm calling from Brooklyn. What are we speaking on? The Oprah and the Russell Simmons, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, them people signed up for it. You know what I mean? All of them, Oprah, Russell, all of them, they signed up for it. They know what they was doing. So, you know, if you doing things against females and you doing things against people, you're gonna have there's a price to pay at the end of it. And if you're not rolling the right way with the peoples, they're gonna roll right over you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if those people that sign up for all Oprah, all of them sign up for, they know what they sign up for, and those people is gonna get them out when they ain't doing what they want them to do.
Mm.
Point blank.
Mm. I hear that.
That's just a different type of gang.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They in a different type of sorority.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They in a different type of gang, a different type of sorority on a real high level that when, you know, they sleeping with this young kid or they sleeping with that young girl or young boy and they this and that, and it's time to get rid of the evidence and this person know what and this person know that. Hey, listen, you better make sure it doesn't come this way. So when it comes this way, they got to throw somebody under the bus. And if you don't throw that person under the bus, you know what? You're going to go under the bus too.
Damn.
It's simple as plain as that because, you know, those people are high up.
And they ain't gonna let no Negro tear them down.
Damn.
Simple as that, brother. Simple as that.
I hear that.
So it's like bro said, Oprah got a choice, and you know what her choice is gonna be. She ain't trying to go down. So sorry for Russell.
So you saying Oprah gonna be in that court testifying against Russell? That's what you're saying?
Oh yeah. Her date is already set. That's already set. She's already set. Once once they punch that clock, the time is running. The time is ticking.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. The time is ticking, and when that clock call, when that thing strike 12, make sure you be in the courtroom. If you ain't gonna be in the courtroom, you're gonna be in that jail cell. You're gonna hear that door close on you, and I'm quite sure Oprah ain't trying to go that route.
Well, I'm gonna keep close eye on this case because I believe, I don't know if it's a trial, but I believe it's coming up soon. If I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep a close eye on this.
And like they say, there's no extradition from Bali to the States, but trust me, if they want Russells, they'll get him in the middle of the night, slip him in a bag, and put him on a plane. They get. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You know how. Listen, you know how them secret squirrels run. You know, listen. You know how them secret. Listen, they set out their own squad and come pick you up, brother.
Damn.
Look, if they got his location, they know his location. Where they catch him in the middle of the night, put that motherfucker in the bag and put him on the motherfucking plane at night.
Easy
bro.
on the cursing.
Back
Easy
in
on
the
cursing, brother.
Oh yeah. My bad.
You know the rules, right? You know the rules. When you curse, you got a penalty fee. That's that you got to send something in. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's $10, $20. You got to send something in.
I get you, but you like you said, they're gonna get him in the middle of the night. If Russell ain't paying them big bags to Bali, whoever's running that country, you better hope that bag stay bag full and keep paying it. They're gonna come and get him.
That's a fact, good brother. I appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you send that penalty fee to $ MRecktv. That's the Cash App. I appreciate you. Let the people know. Let the people know your handle. Let the people know your handle. What they call you?
Sire Boss, Brooklyn, New York, New Jersey, everywhere. I'm outside. You know what I mean?
Salute,
so,
Sire.
I do promotions and entertainments too. So I'm original GS9 90s family, bro.
Okay.
So, you know.
All right, Sire. Salute, King. Salute.
All right.
Appreciate you.
I got you, King.
All right, King. Let's get it, y'all. We got the co-host. I see a lot of people reaching out. The co-host, you better reach out early because it's gonna get crazy. First come, first serve. KV, I believe, is first in line. Him and Maybach, Mel, I believe. But there's a lot of people reaching out. Let's get it. MRecktv co-host 7@gmail.com. I need some of my females to tap in the co-host as well. All right, let's get it. So on that note, I believe we covered everything, man. Let me see if there's any more updates with this Oprah situation. Hold on one second. And Russell Simmons situation. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. So far, nothing in the last hour or so has been updated with this, but yeah, I want to see how this thing play out. I'm gonna keep a close eye on this. Salute to the Wreck Mob. I'm going live later. I may do 2 more lives after this. I'm gonna take this call and then, I'm gonna hit the road. Peace.
Online?
Yeah, you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. Who this?
What's happening, M.Reck? Shit, this Eric, man, Chicago.
Eric from Chicago. What's going on, Eric? Talk to me.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about with Oprah and Russell. Yeah, Oprah ain't, she gonna give up whoever she can give up to just stay on top, yo. She ain't trying to get caught up in nothing and just be behind bars, man. Everybody know that. Because you look back at when she was in Hawaii with The Rock, and she was talking about people to donate shit, sorry the language, to donate money instead of her just putting up her money to help out Hawaii when all the hurricanes and stuff was coming down and all that. So she ain't really for the people. She just trying to stay on top and keep her brand going.
That's a fact, good brother. I appreciate you tapping in, man. And you ended off the show. And love is love, my brother. Salute.
Right, stay safe out here, bro. I'll always watch you.
Thank you, good brother. Stay safe.
Take it easy.
All right, peace.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. I need y'all to leave those comments in the regular comment section. I'm ending the live. Leave those comments how you felt about the live, the show, and how you feel about the situation with Oprah and Russell Simmons. Let me know how you think it's gonna play out. And yeah, I'm gonna be live once again, probably in what time is it? It's almost 2. I'll probably go live maybe 4 or 5 and then go live, again later on tonight. I'm gonna start going live late nights, y'all, too. So yeah. We get back to it. Yo. Peace.
Yeah. Salute. What's good?
Salute, King Tony. I was just ending the show. What's the word?
Yeah, let's end it with a banger.
Let's do this. Let's make it quick because I'm starving. My stomach and my back. Let's get it.
I heard you, brother.
Yeah.
All right. So it was a lot of great assessment. Shout out to KV the One, all the other people who, he really went in.
Yeah.
But I want to say, I know that Diddy recently, a lot of his charges was dismissed.
Correct. Yep. Like 5 of them got dismissed.
They never said how that happened. You know what I'm saying? But she was named when he was naming off them names, and he had the little girl on his lap, no freaky. She was a part of that list. He said her name. Now, everything that said was right and exact from what was going on with her school in Africa. Why did she bring the school to Africa to begin with? You know what I'm saying? People got to look at what be going on, because see, when they sign them contracts to become who they're going to be on the world stage, they're told to not help their people. They're not allowed to help their own. You know what I'm saying? And what that means is that's why, because they come into Freemasonry. Oprah has got to be an Eastern Star and a high level Freemason, because that's how they bind them to the secrecy. Then they get off into whatever else they want to get off into, the pizza gates and all those scandals, but they bind them to secrecy through the Freemasonry. That's why every Black organization and movement gets infiltrated by the Freemasons. They stick to all of those, people who were standing around King when he got shot on the balcony. They Masons. You know what I'm saying? So even in the NOI, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Freemasonry involved with that. And you can't trust them because they take an oath to serve another master. You know what I'm saying? So you could never fully benefit your people dealing and dabbing in secret societies, sororities, all of these groups. They controlled by the occult. They don't believe in the true creator God. They believe in the occult. So with Russell Simmons and stuff, when they get the money in them contracts, what they be trying to do is they try to imitate the old way of living, where younger women were married off at a young age to somebody who had the ability to take care of them. However, the marriage wouldn't be consummated until she was of age, or it would never be consummated. She would just be one of his wives. All right. So they try to imitate that, but they pervert it, because they come in through that demonic Babylonian Zionist controlled money system, the beast system. And whoever made that commentary earlier about how hip hop was robbed, because hip hop was robbed from doing what it was supposed to do, which was a tool of an awakening to bring back an identity to the Black people in America, to let them know that this is your land and you are native to America. You are the Native American.
Facts.
And that's what hip hop was doing. Hip hop was giving
that awareness,
cultural identity to Black to the black and man, woman, and child in America. That's why they were so quick to label you African, because they wanted you chasing something that was a part of your enslavement. You were enslaved in Africa. That's not your native land. And that's a part of serving false gods and idols, and we back there today, because America is just modern day Babylon. But yo, beautiful show. The wicked and the cursed, they gonna reap what they sow. It's them times, Rec. You already know how I be coming.
You already know. King Tony on the line. King Tony, we got the collab campaigns going on. So if you want to co-host with me on the show, email MRecktv MRecktv co-host 7@gmail.com. So it's in the chat room as well. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Great
Definitely.
assessment. Great assessment. Fire assessment. As always. Thank you, bro.
Salute. I appreciate you, Rec.
I appreciate you.
King.
Salute, King.
Always.
We got the Queen, songs by Alicia on the line. Peace.
Peace, M.Reck. How you doing?
I'm great. Peace to the Queen, songs by Alicia. Peace to all my truckers. Talk to me.
So, shout out to KV the One for the great breakdown, as well as the conspiracy theorists that called in. I forgot his name, but I think we got to realize too that 2025 is really what's called the 9 year, and that 9 represents completion. So what's taking place right now is the completion, and so now all of this stuff has to be brought to the forefront, and we got to clean it up. I just want to remind people as well that a lot of the people that we look at, and because they look like us, and we praise the fact that they've reached some level of notoriety, and they've had some great accomplishments, we think they're us. But we have to realize that once they adjoin themselves to certain entities, they are no longer us, and they don't see themselves as us. So they are not there to represent us. They are there to usher us in to the illusion, which is what they've done. They've done their job. Like you look at an Oprah. We didn't choose Oprah. We didn't put Oprah in position. She was put in position in front of us. You know, when you look at somebody like a Russell, you saw him gradually, you know, create and assist all of these different people in their careers with the opportunities that he provided. Correct. But you have to look at this entertainment system. I look at them like derogatory lenders, and I'm gonna tell you why. And you've probably heard the term "it's not their money." And a lot of people don't really understand and understand what that means when we say it's not their money. Okay, so you take a derogatory lender, you take a finance company. They're going to give you a high interest loan, and they're hoping that you are not going to pay it back. They got prepayment penalties, they got high interest, the payments are astronomical, right? And if you never pay it off, they don't care, because they're going to ruin your credit, and they're going to charge it off and get paid threefold for it, because when they charge it off, they get credited from the government, as well as the fact that they're going to sell the debt to a collection company. And the collection company is going to buy it for cents on the dollar and get paid. And you're the one that gets screwed. It's the same thing with the entertainment industry, whether it be movies or music. They're going to give you a high interest loan, sign you to a deal. And they know that you're extremely talented, and that's why you're there, so that they can be paid off of your talent. But the moment that it's time for you to make any money, here we go with the contractual clauses, and oh, you owe this money, and oh, you owe that money, and the high interest. And if it still works out that they do owe you money, guess what? Because you joined up with our entity and you had to
participate in the things that we needed you to participate in. Now we have something on you. So we can either ruin your reputation, make you look crazy, send you to jail, and if we got nothing else on you, like let's say, somebody like a Lauren Hill or James Brown or Red Fox, what they do, we're going to send you to jail for tax evasion. One way or the other, you work for us. I just wanted to remind people that a lot of these people, they're workers and they're not working on the level that you think they're working on. And they were placed in position to service their masters. They're not ours. So us defending them and saying, they're trying to take down all of our Black celebrities. No, it's spiritual first. We got to get past the color situation. A person's color has nothing to do with the weight of their heart. It has nothing to do with what's in their soul.
That's a fact.
So a lot of these atrocities that these people have committed, they must pay for it regardless of their color. And that's all I wanted to, just remind people of, and much love to you, M.Reck. I sent a super chat earlier, and
thank you.
I always bring this up and remind people that, the Blackout show was everything. And just like one of the callers stated earlier, we cool. That's great what Cat Williams, spoke about, but he didn't do it first. It was you and the Earth that put it on the line way before Cat Williams, and the Earth and yourself gave a hell of a lot more details. So most of these people are late to the party, and we just sitting back eating our popcorn.
That's a fact. I thank you so much. I definitely want you to be one of the co-hosts. I need a female that's knowledgeable. You know what I mean? Because you always call up giving assessments and you always supporting. So make sure you email MRecktv co-host 7@gmail.com. You know what I mean, Queen? Make sure you do that. Because we definitely want to get those gems from you. Because that's what we doing over here. And then you could promote your brand, because we've been talking about it for a minute. You got some music coming and all that. So this would be a great way to not only give great assessments, but a segue so you could promote into your project or your music or whatever business you got going on, whatever you want to promote at the time.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I really appreciate that, M.Reck. But I always told you, like, my sole reason for being here was to be a supporter first. So it's not about that for me. I just love the fact of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I love the fact of constantly seeing you help other people. Like,
thank you.
And that's one of the reasons why I like supporting you and what you do, because it's not a lot of people out here that are just supporting other people. They're solely for self, and they'll step on any and everybody that they have to get to where they desire to be, and they have no qualms with it.
Now, that's a fact. I mean, look, I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and those that know, like you, to understand, and that's why we got the connection we have, and that's why we on the frequency we on. I do this because I just want to see everybody win. You feel me? I'm far from selfish.
Absolutely, because you know that you, in the midst of assisting others to win, you win as well.
Exactly.
And that's the part that we have to get. That's the spiritual lesson that we have to learn from all of it.
Correct. So on that note, you have a blessed day. Be safe. Thank you once again. And I'll be looking out for your email because I want you to have that voice. You know what I mean? Like, your voice is needed on that co-hosting. So we got some males, but we need some we got some kings, we need some queens.
Yes, sir, no problem.
I appreciate you. All right. You have a blessed day.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Salute to all my truckers. I know the lines are still ringing. I gotta go though. I know the line's still ringing, but I gotta go, man. I gotta get me something to eat. I'm gonna fall out. Definitely tap in for the next show. It was a great show. I need y'all to leave comments in the regular comment section right now. Let me know how you felt about the show and just everything that's going on with Oprah and Russell Simmons, man. It was some dope assessments, man. This is why I went live. It felt right to do this type of live, and I was right. You know what I mean? I sat back, I seen stuff. I'm like, I don't want to cover that. I don't want to go live on that. This was it right here. This was the energy I was looking for. This was the vibe, and y'all definitely showed up, and it was phenomenal. So I'm gonna listen back to this live now. You know what I mean? I think if you missed the live early on, you might want to listen back, or just listen back just in case. You know what I mean? Regardless, and share this live to everybody you know. So on that note, double deuces and bubble gooses. I'm gone. Salute to the Rec Mob. Shout out Wanavani on the super chat. Rest in peace, Mr. White. 845 Fallsburg, New York. I'ma keep it banging the locks for you. All right, no doubt. Salute. Appreciate it, y'all. King Tony and KV, the great songs by Alicia. There's so many dope assessments, man. Your assessments was on fire. Thank you. All right. I'm looking forward to y'all co-hosting too, because I got some big surprises for y'all too, for the people that's reaching out to be a co-host. Y'all gonna see how M.Reck really give it up just in general. All right. Salute to the Rec Mob. Maybach Mel, I see you too. Maybach Mel, tap in too. Peace. Salute to SJ. Thank you. I'm gone, y'all. Something going on. I don't know what's going on with this program, because I'm not. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Let's get it.
Sneak this and we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
MRecktv.